Hello everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the RV. Today we're diving into a reverse haul. I'm sure you've heard of a haul, maybe even an anti-haul, but what is a reverse haul? A haul is when someone, goes shopping, usually at fast fashion, and then they come show off all of their items that they got for a great deal, aka unethically and unsustainably. We're not doing that today. We're also not doing an anti-haul. An anti-haul is usually like, this was gifted. But I'm pretty anti-Stanley right now. I'm saying like, don't buy Stanley because of this reason. Don't buy a new iPhone because it's very unsustainable and very unethical. That sort of stuff is an anti-haul. Like, don't buy this stuff. But a reverse haul, this trend that I found on TikTok, is talking about your oldest items and bragging about how long you've had them. And I loved that idea so much. So I want to talk about my oldest items. We have my wedding band. This is probably my most special item, not only because I got it the day I married Dan, but because I'm the 5th generation to wear this in my family. Not only have I had it for almost 7.5 years. It's been in my family for probably over 100. It's hard to say because I'm not really sure how old my great-grandma was and my great-great-grandma was. I'm guessing easily over 100 years old. As well as I really like this ring because it was originally gold and you might be able to kind of see it. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that right there at the top. I'll put an arrow on the screen so you can actually see it. It's wearing off from rubbing my ring, so I could go get it re-dipped in silver if I wanted to, but that's probably expensive. And I think it's kind of cool to see some of the original gold on there. But anyway, this ring was originally gold because, that was the fashion several decades ago. The fashion changed, the personal taste changed in the family. They kept the ring, they kept the original diamonds, but then dipped it in silver, so then it matched the new style of ring as well as just the new personal taste. And thankfully, I'm a silver girly. So I like that too. It's not only a family heirloom, it's not only very, very old and secondhand, it's also upcycled and to fit the taste of the new person wearing it. So I guess that's just something to keep in mind if you're looking to buy like secondhand jewelry, very like high-end expensive jewelry, diamonds, gold, silver, you can get it re-dipped, can get it refinished. You can take out the diamonds and put the diamonds into a different ring in order to get diamonds in an eco-friendly way. Anyway, this is my oldest item by far, as well as my most special. All right, for this one, we gotta go over here and we gotta go on a dig. It's so dark over here. Reach. There we go. Secured. This is my original water bottle. My water bottle that I bought before I technically started living zero waste. I bought this when we were in Japan, right when I got to Japan. So June, July 2018. So this is at least 6 years old. It's lived through so many different trend cycles. It's lived through the Hydro Flask. It's lived through the Owala. It's lived now through the Stanley. I know I have a Stanley now. It was a gift and I prefer drinking with a straw and I really like the handle. So I use the Stanley, but she stays around. Look at how beat up. Oh my gosh. So many dents, so much personality, and I can't find the lid right now. So I keep it around because it's a great water bottle. I would still use it if I could find the lid. Had I not gotten this Stanley for Christmas, I would still be using this 6 years later. My first water bottle, I also bought it on Amazon, so I didn't buy it in an eco-friendly way. There are so many more better water bottles out there for the environment, probably quality, but I figured all this time, I'm gonna use what I have. Plus, I love all the memories that I have on here. I love the color. So the message here is to use what you have. If a new water bottle is trending, but you already have one that holds water, keeps water cold, and is not broken, tinted doesn't necessarily mean broken. You don't have to buy a new water bottle if your water bottle is working just fine. Or even if you want to, like a Stanley, if you want to buy the trending water bottle, buy one of them. Like, that's totally fine. Stanley is a high quality, long-term brand designed to last. You don't need 50 of them. You probably don't even need 2 of them. One nice Stanley water bottle will get you through maybe even a lifetime. Okay, this one's a very fun one. It's Dan's laptop. I think we should particularly be bragging about how long we've had tech. So I got my laptop, the exact same model when I was in high school. Pushing 8 years ago that I got my original one. I got to Japan in 2018, so like a year and a half, 2 years later, and Dan needed a new laptop, and he's like, I like yours, and I'm like, yeah, I like mine. It's a great laptop, especially for the price. Like, it's a very cheap, run-of-the-mill laptop that you can get at any store. It's not a specialty order or anything. So he got the exact same laptop. Sure enough, it's still running at least 6 years later, maybe even 8 years later, because I'm unsure whose laptop this actually is. So anyway, long story short, we're in Vegas several years after we first bought it. This was at least a year ago now. I believe Dan's computer was functioning perfectly, but the screen was cracked, and then my computer, you could tell the hard drive, like the hardware was starting to die, but my screen was in great shape. So Dan took the screen off of mine because the screen was perfect, and then put it on his that ran better, and created a like new laptop out of two that were kind of broken. And I really, really like that story. So now this laptop is pushing 7 years. It is getting to the point where like it could use some repairs. It doesn't run quite as fast. He can't game on here or edit photos on here, so he does use my laptop for that. But like for searching the web, for doing a voice chat, watching YouTube videos, even Netflix, I think, this gets the job done. And we're gonna keep using it until it's literally broken, and then we'll recycle it. Unfortunately, I just put it away, but it was just sitting over there on our coat rack, is this jacket. I'll find some photos of it that I have had for a long time. At least 8 years, potentially more. Something to note in this video, I'm not that old. So a lot of the items that I have owned have only been since I was 18. These items will only get older. I used to specifically request money every single year for Christmas to buy a new fleece jacket. I love me a good jacket that I can wear indoors or outdoors, keeps me warm, has plenty of pockets. And I can't remember if I bought this jacket new or secondhand, because for some reason I don't remember like picking this out in a store. I think I got it at least my senior year, maybe earlier. And I still have it and use it every single fall, winter, spring. I basically only don't wear it in summer, and I might even wear it in summer up here because it's so cold up here in northern Minnesota. But I did put it in storage because I did thrift another nice Patagonia fleece. So I have 2 fleeces now. Call me not a minimalist, but it's still kicking. And I guess the takeaway here is to take care of your items and also buy high quality items, because sometimes you think you're buying high quality and you're not. So I know this message might not always remain, but the higher quality you buy, typically the longer it will last, as well as the more you take care of it. You know, hang dry, wash and dry on cooler temperatures instead of hot temperatures. Be gentle with them, you know, don't rip your clothes off, don't like yank on them. Okay, over here we have some fun ones, and they're not necessarily maybe something to brag about, I don't know. And that is these little baskets. Where's another one? I think our other one's got tea in it down here. And I think this kind of goes along with the Stanley and trends in general, because, you know, like, these baskets aren't aesthetic. They're not that cute. I kind of like the shape of this one, but like, they're not pretty colors. They don't match my house. They work fine. They function perfectly. And I think it's even funnier because I bought these at a Japanese dollar store. So like, there's no way they're high quality, but there's no way that they're eco-friendly or ethically made, because I got them for $1. But they're still kicking. And that's the point, is to just, again, use what you have. There's other trendy storage options I could be buying, but why buy them when I have baskets that work perfectly fine? As well as in an RV, it's so important to have all these storage options. I've got plenty more that we have no idea like where we got this. We have no idea where we got this. Some of them I'm sure we thrifted. It's so important to have all these storage options so that stuff doesn't roll around in transit. And then our big bookshelf down here, it can all stay more organized. You know, reaching through a bunch of random items on a shelf. So these are also around 6 years old. We got them right when we got to Japan. Still kicking. I still love them, and they work just fine. Another piece of tech that I love to brag about how long we've had it is our Xbox. Dan got this when he got to Japan, so over 7 years ago now. And again, still kicking. Not only still kicking, but still working excellently. Like, we never have any issues with like weird noises. Knock on wood, knock on this fake wood. We can still stream, we can still game, it connects to the internet. The controllers still work too, the original controllers, which is pretty rare. Like, even our Nintendo Switch, which we got secondhand just 2 years ago, the controllers were already on round 2 of controllers. For the Nintendo Switch, just a little side note, you can send your controllers back to Nintendo to repair, I think for free. And they'll send you new ones, refurbished ones. But our Xbox, yeah, Xbox still works, the controllers still work, and we use it not so much now because we don't have internet. We'll see if this YouTube video can even get uploaded. But right now we don't have good internet for streaming, so we haven't used our Xbox as much since getting to Minnesota. But we use that thing, I mean, up until very recently, so 7 years straight of gaming and streaming every day. And it works so good. You know, you don't have to buy the latest version of a gaming system. You can use the same one you've had for 7 years. It works just fine. You can get new games on it still. Keep using your old tech. Also, when writing the script for this video, I was like, I think every single blanket we own that's not on our bed blankets are pretty new, within 3 years. But all of our other blankets, like for Denahi's bed or for just cuddling up, are all from high school. Not like even like I bought them in high school and then left for Japan. I'm talking like maybe even early high school, freshman, sophomore, maybe junior year. And the funny thing is these blankets, they're all like polyester, cheaply made, but they're lasting so long. So polyester is quite durable. I know I hate it, but polyester is really durable because it's plastic. I've only made, I think, one repair to one of these blankets. They're so durable. And I like that, you know, they're old, they're cheap, so they can be Denahi's beds. Wash them, take care of them, and they'll last you a long time. And lastly, for today, is my Christmas sweater. I didn't think my Christmas sweater was this old because I didn't start wearing it. It's called the Christmas sweater because I wear it for my Christmas gift guide every single year, except for the first year in 2019. Don't watch that one. My very first gift guide, I wore a different sweater, which made me think, oh, I must have gotten this sweater in 2020. No, I found a picture recently of me wearing it in high school, my senior year. It's at least 8 years old, but who knows if I got it before that because clearly my memory has failed me. And I love this sweater. It's so charming. It's beautiful, like muted holiday colors. It's a beautiful print. A lot of those kind of sweaters can be like itchy and scratchy. This sweater is so soft and lovely. And yeah, here's some snippets of me wearing it in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 4 years in a row. And of course I'll be wearing it this year, don't you worry. Now, I know my list is kind of short. Again, I'm not that old. I'm pushing vintage myself. Like, I think an item becomes vintage at 25, so I guess I'm technically vintage. But I know, you know, people who are much older than me have items that are so old. And it's not something to be ashamed. It's not something like, oh, I'm old. It should be something to be proud of. Like my mom. RIP to the spatula. It broke recently, but she had this spatula since college. She's had that spatula for nearly 40 years. What are some other things my family has? My dad has, I think, his grandfather's clock. Like a big grandfather clock. Also an old, probably his grandparents' organ. He's got some really, really cool family heirlooms. And the thing is, a lot of older people, and like I don't use that derogatorily, like I don't think aging is bad, but I think a lot of older people, like our parents, our grandparents, they have so many more older items than we do because items were built to last in those days. Items are not built to last these days, which makes it even more important to take care of our stuff, make them last, and brag about them. You know, quit buying into trends, quit buying cheap, trendy items, buy quality, make it last. Anyway, I'm saying all this to say my list is short for now, but I hope to have so many of my items now for a long, long time and essentially create heirlooms myself. Basically everything that I've crocheted, my rug down here, my blanket over there, my sweater that I crocheted, I want those to last a long time. I've got some beautiful handmade pottery over here. One was from a coworker and one I bought from Science Ceramics. I'd love to make those last and keep those for a long time. Of course, my engagement ring, I want to add that to the collection of family heirlooms. And my film camera, which I believe this is from the 90s, so this is pushing 20 plus years, potentially 30 plus years, and I want to use this and keep this for a long time. This has nothing to do with the video, but here's some of my film that I just got back. I love shooting on film. I think it's so special, and even though a lot of it is very blurry and terrible quality, it's still so much fun to use this camera and hopefully make it last for even longer than it already has lasted. So the message of the day, make your stuff last, take care of your items, and treat your items as if they're heirlooms already. Like, I know it's kind of silly to treat a already dented water bottle like an heirloom, but I think going in with that mindset will help you be gentler with your items. It will help you want to wash them and take care of them even more than treating it, you know, as it is, as if it's cheaply made. I know a lot of our stuff these days are cheaply made, but we can still make them last. Not everything's meant to last, of course. Like clothing that you wear often probably will eventually get some nicks and dings in it, and stuff like pens and notebooks. That stuff probably won't last. Other stuff, treat it like it has value, because it does. Let us know your items down below. Maybe we can have a little contest. Let's see who owns the oldest item. I'm gonna go ahead and pitch my wedding ring for the oldest item. I'm gonna say 100 plus. I don't know the exact date. Let us know your oldest items down below. Take care of your items, make them last. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, but until then, remember that your small actions make a big difference in the long run. Bye guys. Beauty blogger shot. Oh, I need to fix the lens. My neighbors are out. They're probably watching me. Running away.